5:30. Roll call.
Members present?
Yeah, just call the roll.
Okay. Melinda?
Present.
Terry? Sadie? Here? Scott?
Here.
Angelica?
Okay, we have a quorum with 3. The next item on the agenda is approval of minutes of the regular meeting held on April the 16th. Does anybody have any changes to the minutes, questions? Do you guys have a chance to read them?
I did.
Any discussion? Okay, we don't have to vote on them, right?
Minutes?
That's what
Yes.
you do.
Minutes we vote on,
Minutes we do.
financial
Yes.
report we don't, okay.
Right.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of April 16th, 2025.
Second.
And roll call.
Mhm.
Melinda?
Yes,
Terry?
but you don't have to call them if they're not here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sadie? Yes. Scott?
Yes.
okay. Discussion and review of financial report for the month of April. You guys have any questions on the financial report? Or questions for Steve?
There's a finance director right there.
Robert, Sadie, I mean, any questions? One thing that I think is really good is, I guess it's what we talked about at the end, but
Yeah.
how much ahead of last year we are in collections. We're like 20,
I didn't print it all.
the real number. I did, because I wanted to say something about it. I want to say 25,000? 25,340.22. So,
And I went ahead and included May's number, even though we'll report on it
next month. So, anyway, that's great.
Yeah.
So, all right. Okay, any other discussion? Number 5, discussion and action on NWOSU rodeo receipts. Which one of you guys is doing this? Callie?
Yes.
Welcome, Callie.
It's like a full circle moment. This was my first job as rodeo coach last year. Now I'm back.
Well, we're friendly.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect. I just have a recap basically of our college rodeo for you guys. Last year we discussed that we thought we'd be up contestants somewhere between 750 and 800. And we were correct there. We had 764 total entries. We also did the Jackpot Sunday like we spoke about to keep people around town for an extra day. That turned out really good. We actually had to cancel the bulldogging just because of weather and stuff and steers. And we still had a great turnout the next day. It raised a little money for the town and kept people around for an extra day. So it was a really good turnout. We were really proud of that. We do know that our gate was up a little bit. That's kind of a hard deal to calculate because we do a Thursday where we let students in for free. And then we do a lot of free passes for people who sponsor the rodeo and things like that. But we know we were somewhere between 1,200 and 1,500 people through the gate, which from the numbers of what we deposited for gate, we are definitely up there. So, which we also knew that we would more than likely be up in stock charge because of cattle prices and contestant numbers and things like that. And we were, there was about between the total cost this year was $19,650, and that was up $2,790 from the previous year. So that was something we knew was going to happen, but is a good problem to have because you have more contestants, cattle prices are higher, which is typically good for people around here. Then that kind of relays over to us, and we have to pay a little more for those stock charges. But I do try to make an effort after our college rodeo is over to call the hotels and those kind of things and restaurants. Every restaurant I talked to, they were very thrilled, packed. Everybody was polite and business was good. Every hotel I talked to, Comfort, Holiday Inn, OK Welcome Home, all of them were over 90% full, and the Days Inn was over 80%. So everybody was very, very pleased. I would say 3/4 of those people are parents. And then another quarter of those, the other quarter is probably students and coaches.
yeah.
And then this year I actually kept tally, and we had over 20 recruits here. And we signed a lot of those kids to come next year, so that's very exciting.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Any questions for Cal? It was a good event. Okay, well, thank you for that recap, and
Yes, ma'am.
we really appreciate all the work that you guys do for this rodeo. I mean, I have lots of people tell me that that's their biggest weekend of the year as far as like, you know, sales and people eating and you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So anyway,
Yeah, I always try to call around and check and make sure everybody was good. Nobody, you know,
Yeah.
that's my biggest fear is, you know, getting somebody having a bad taste in their mouth, and it was super positive, which rodeo people are a good type of people, so it's nice. Everybody was happy with their dividends and things like that, so
awesome. Well, thank you very much.
thank you.
Okay, and then rodeo receipts discussion.
You want me to
Yeah,
explain
you
what
want
happened?
to talk about that?
So, and I can explain to Terry and Angelica when I see them. So when I was preparing the budget for this year, for next year, I was reconciling for the tourism, who was encumbered, who wasn't, and I noticed we had approved the rodeo. You know, typically they're supposed to come back, give us the recap, and have the receipts turned in 90 days after the event. Well, I realized with the transition of the new coach, myself being new, the chamber directors being new, it fell through the cracks to get the receipts turned in a timely manner. So that's why they're coming back to request that, even though they're the 90 days out, that we would still honor the approval, since we had so much going on at that time. When they originally applied in July, you know, Callie wasn't told that, hey, make sure everything is in 90 days after the October 31st date when they had the rodeo. So that's kind of what
You
happened.
didn't even do the original application, did you?
Dr. Peggy helped me, and I
Dr. Peggy did.
That was her very first.
Okay.
So no, it was the first one. I had great help.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of direction, but I had great help.
I know you had great help.
So, and I called Dr. Peggy and I asked him to confirm with his records that they had never received it. I didn't show anything on our side that a check had ever been cut and prepared, but just to have a double check. And he confirmed no, and then Callie's like, no, I didn't, you know, and so.
And I'll take responsibility after that.
It's,
Nobody's upset.
No,
This was just
it's
one
a
of those
new
things.
thing and now.
It's okay.
But I fully believe that we should honor our approval from July, even though we do, but because it was a special circumstance and sometimes things like that happen, so.
Yes. Well, we are, yeah. So any questions?
Well, I will make the motion to approve the rodeo receipts reimbursement of $15,000.
I'll second.
Roll call. Melinda?
Yes.
Sadie?
Yes.
Scott?
Okay. Don't stop. Keep doing a great job.
I bet we'll remember this year.
I bet you will. So, okay, awesome. Item 6, discussion action on the Rotary application and request for $6,250 for fireworks. We tabled this last time, and any of you, there's several Rotarians here. Thank you guys for joining us. I really appreciate that. And any of you guys want to say anything about the fireworks?
I sent them a threatening email today telling them to get here, so.
So, any questions for any of them?
No, I was here for their presentation last
You have any
month.
questions?
I wasn't here, but I know all about it. Many years of it. So I
You've been
know
volunteered to shoot them, huh?
Not this year.
Not this year.
Not this year. I have bowed out.
No, shoot them, just Jesse.
Jesse's the only one that's shooting them?
No, we've got Kelly will probably help, and he's got Matt Adair. I think that he helps out. There's several people that jump in and help out because you can have as many as you want as long as you get one license.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I've got 2 of them to do. So
All right, so if there's no more discussion, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Alva Rotary application not to exceed $6,250 for the fireworks show.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call. Melinda?
Yes.
Sadie?
Yes.
And Scott?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Alva Rotary Club, for
Thank
doing
you.
that.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that. It's a big deal for our town, so, and somebody has to head it up, and you guys are the ones right now, so anyway, we really appreciate that. Okay, reports from staff.
water breaks suck.
I feel so bad for the city.
Yeah, those guys did an amazing job. We were out till 3 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday morning, Monday night.
Yeah.
And then we were at the other leak till about 11:45 last night. So they took care of 4 leaks in 2 days, and I told them all I didn't want to see them at work today.
Yeah.
So they would be.
They weren't small lines, were they?
Well, no, the one here, the one here is a 4-inch, but it was connected to a 12-inch, so we get the 12-inch flow through a 4-inch pipe. The one down in Hopeton was a 16-inch main. The one up on Murray wasn't very big. It may have been a 4-inch. It was easy. It was an easy patch. Then the one on Thunderbird is a 12-inch line. It was just a nightmare. But anyway, the pool's come along nicely. We're obviously not going to make the Memorial Day weekend opening like we'd hoped. Shoot for sometime early June.
Yeah.
We just hired a bunch of lifeguards. We did interviews the last couple of days. Got a lot of good applicants, and got to get them through their work. You know, hiring applications and stuff, and all the drug screens and all this stuff. Yeah, we'll have the the parking lot done this week by Friday.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Awesome.
we'll be painting it probably Monday, just to paint the lines and everything. We'll have the chip seal done and get it packed Friday. They're going to start putting the plaster in the base of the pool Tuesday. And once they start putting that plaster in, we start filling it as they put the plaster in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
the water holds the plaster in place. And then it's a wet cure. So
Wow.
by roughly Thursday, the pool should be full. Thursday or Friday.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
That is so exciting.
Then they got to do, they have to bring in the slide company to do a test on it. And they looked for a fat kid volunteer, so I volunteered to go down the slide first. So they said they'd have somebody over turn 25 pounds. I said, I'll do it. So,
Can we come make a reel of that?
Can we, get a shot of that?
I don't care.
I'll text you when he goes down.
Let us know,
there.
yes, and we'll come
I
up.
don't care. Anyway, so we'll get that done. There's a few other state health inspections we got to get done, but inside the pool house looks nice. Doesn't look anything it used to. It's
I'm
going to be.
so excited. We have like a grand opening,
We're going to.
like a tours and.
Yeah, we're probably going to have a ribbon cutting. Like we'll probably open it on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And just have a ribbon cutting, something at noon. You know, maybe get the Rider Rangers to come do a cookout or something, and open the pool up and let kids start swimming. So
That's so cool.
maybe start taking donations and throw Mary Parker in the pool. So,
Oh, that would be fun.
not much money to make off that, but it might make some.
Awesome.
And that it's just been busy.
How exciting.
This time of the year, the budget season. I'm thank goodness for Sadie, because last year this time I was pulling my hair out. So she's really done a fabulous job. So get that thing approved here in June and do the closeout and head to the next step of life. So I think we're in a good spot budget-wise. We're going to be able to approve some new equipment for the guys. The one thing that we did do that I'm really excited about is the contract we signed with Enterprise Fleet Services. So basically, we're going to end up getting between 5 and 6 brand new vehicles every year.
Oh, wow.
And then every 5 years, we're going to trade them in.
Uh-huh.
And then Enterprise will sell them for us, and we get to keep that and the next lease. And so, probably after 15 years, we'll be getting brand new vehicles for a little or nothing because we'll have so much equity built up in everything we're doing. So, but these guys, most of them are driving under 20, 25-year-old vehicles
Right.
that are relatively unsafe. So this will slowly but surely get them in new vehicles that are, much better condition. So, like I said, I think that's going to be just great. That's going to help our maintenance costs and fuel costs and you name it. I mean, 5 years, we may even have to replace a set of tires.
Yeah.
So, so like I said, she's busy, like usual, but it's moving along. That's about all I know.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Dave.
Mhm.
So, any other comments from anyone? Questions? Remarks from citizens? Okay, well, then it is 5:44, and I move that we adjourn.
All right.